R10 Charles to R20 Charles. Going 30, Hunter.
R20 Charles, R2, 3, and 4 entry team. Make it fast and clean. Everybody get ready and be careful. Here we go.
You move!
Hunter?
Pop one.
Let me see that.
Walensky? What the hell is going on here? Now, the first rule of operations is, be certain what you're looking for is where you hit. Now, I have devoted 3 months of planning, the resources of robbery, criminal conspiracy, and Metro to an operation doomed to failure because your intelligence was tainted.
Lieutenant Horton, my informant has never burned me.
Well, this switchblade knife is not my idea of a major weapons cache, Officer Walensky. Now, what's the snitch's ID?
Albie Wayne.
Well, he wouldn't be the first snitch to double deal.
All we know is his information was bad. He could have been set up.
If Walensky has faith in Albie Wayne, then so do I.
I want to talk to him.
Captain, I can't bring him in here.
Look, the Y-Bun gang fences assault weapons to the Latinos, and they're feeding us bogus information through this Albie. I want the snitch in my office, Walensky, today.
Advise 72 that we cited 2 people for repairs in the street.
Joanne?
Albie's a snitch. He's as good as dead if he's seen in here.
Look, considering what happened this morning, he's as good as dead on the street anyway.
Sergeant.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, here's your messages.
Oh, great, thanks.
Oh, yeah, Karen Brandt called for you.
Who's Karen Brandt?
I don't know, she called 10 minutes ago. She says she's gonna stop by later.
Oh, okay, thanks, Joe. So look, what do you want to do about this?
Okay. I'll bring him in.
Good.
Having been found guilty, the law allows me to sentence you to 5 years in the county youth facility. However, it's my judgment that you are of otherwise good character, and your record indicates that you have no priors, and certainly your family has suffered pain enough. And I think in the light of this, son, you deserve a second chance, and therefore I'm putting you on probation.
All right, I know what you want. I know exactly what you want. Huh? Is that gorgeous? Italian design. Huh? Look at the cuts on this dress. Wait a minute, look at it in another light. Look at this. You would look good in this dress. Look at that. Dave, your wife will be nice to you for a week if you bring this home. Whoops. Listen, one of my biggest buyers is here. Take a walk, all right? Ow! I dream about you in this dress.
Albie, we got big problems.
What are you talking about?
You turned us on to enough of these for every dashboard in town. A lot of people are PO'd at you.
I'm not afraid of the Koreans.
They're the least of your problems. My lieutenant wants to talk to you. He thinks you double-dealed on us.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. If I did that, I would be dead and out of business. Not necessarily in that order. Does your lieutenant know how snitches work?
Look, that's another story. But I gotta take you in to talk to him.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on, Joanne, I can't go in there. Anybody sees me, I'm finished. Look, throw me some bucks and I'll split town.
That's very funny, Albie. You're asking me for money? Oh, that's good. How much do you drop a week playing cards?
That is a business expense. I used to make money with what I overhear at those games.
All right, look. I promise you, you get your money. After you talk to the lieutenant.
Whoa, wait a minute. I do business with Joanne, not you.
Officer Malinsky takes orders from me. I own you, Mr. Wayne.
You got a receipt?
Look, I know the card players you owe, and I know where you live. Now let's go through it all again.
Look, I play cards with Sam Wu. He told me about a shipment of guns coming through the Pacific Star warehouse. That's all I know.
Then you go back to Mr. Wu. You find out what the hell is going on, and you find out where those guns went.
Horton can't do this.
Come on, man, that's crazy. They'll kill me.
Where does he get off pulling this stuff?
Now, how long you been using Albie as a snitch?
4 or 5 years.
Now let's go through it all again.
I gave him my word everything was gonna be okay.
That is all I
Hey,
know.
wait a minute. Look, Albie's been in tougher spots than this, Joanne. He knows what to do, believe me.
I should have known Horton was gonna grandstand this case.
They'll kill me.
He's nothing but a brown-nosed climber.
Yeah, well, he is the boss, isn't he?
Find out where those guns went.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
All right, tell me what happened again.
Is it Miss Brandt waiting for you, Sergeant?
Oh, yeah. I'll be right there. Thanks very much. Now, look. Relax. Don't let this guy eat you up, okay? Oh, and Joanne, if you're gonna go out on a limb for Albie, don't forget who has the saw.
Come on, talk to me.
Miss Brandt?
Yes,
I'm Sergeant Hunter.
Karen Brandt.
Hi.
I'm glad you could see me.
Well, look, sit down. What can I do for you?
I'd like you to look into the death of my son.
Your son's been killed?
Murdered 17 years ago. They said it was an accident, but he was murdered.
Well, I don't understand. Why come to me?
Because you were the officer who took my son to the hospital. I had a baby when I was 15. I was pretty naive about sex and all that, but I knew enough to know he didn't have any kind of a future with me. So I put him up for adoption. Wanted him to have some kind of life, you know? Then I moved to Chicago with my mother. I've been a court reporter for 10 years.
Have a seat.
Anyway, last year, I had a dream about my son, Philip. He came to pick me up in his Porsche, take me out for an ice cream, like a date. He was 20, very handsome. So I called the adoption agency. I thought maybe I could arrange to see him. But all they would tell me is that he died when he was 3.
Now, how'd you come by these?
Friends of mine in the court system got me the hospital records. The father claimed that Philip died in a fall down some stairs.
Uh-huh. Ruptured spleen. He could have got that injury in a fall. Were you able to contact the parents at all?
No, but I do know the adoptive father's name. Judge Donald Graber. You gotta help me here. My word alone is not gonna do anything.
Well, you're making some pretty serious accusations here, Miss Brandt. Do you have the medical examiner's report?
There was no autopsy.
No autopsy. There should have been an autopsy here.
My son was murdered, Sergeant.
Do you have any proof of that?
I took those hospital records to my doctor. He said that Philip's injuries could have been caused by him being brutally punched.
Well, that's an opinion. That's not proof.
Well, that's all the proof I need.
Look, Miss Brandt, you're accusing a sitting judge of murder based on the guess of a physician from illegally obtained documents.
I'm just his mother. There's nothing more I can do. But you can. You're a police officer. You can bring this man to justice.
Look, Miss Brandt.
I mean, just because he is a judge doesn't mean he's so high and mighty.
If there has been a murder, believe me, the police will take care of it.
Well, then you'll look into it.
Well, look, I didn't say that.
I don't have anybody else that can help me. Please, you've got to try.
What right do you have to break our code of silence?
I did not. I said nothing.
To whom did you say nothing?
Nobody. Please, I can't breathe.
You were the only one I told about the shipment at the Pacific Star warehouse. It was a test, Sam. Now, if you do not wish to die, tell me who you told.
A white boy. I play cards with him.
His name?
Albie! Wayne!
He's an informer.
He's a nobody.
You're right. You're right. So are you. Put this garbage where it will be found. Then find Albie Wayne and see the same thing happens to him.
Boy, this place is crawling with great-looking babes today.
Peter, you've said that 4 times already. Now, what about Judge Graber?
Judge Graber's been on the bench a long time, Rick. He's very well thought of. I mean, he's one of the few people you can say your honor to with a straight face.
And what else you know about him?
Well, the DA's office, including yours truly, think his manner's beyond reproach.
Meaning?
He's published the book on search and seizure. And every attorney, every Superior Court judge subscribes to it.
I see.
Rick, do you really believe Miss Brandt's story?
I don't know, Peter.
It was 17 years ago.
Well, I know it was 17 years ago, but I just can't forget about the case. It's just that, I don't know, I'm afraid I might have missed something that day the boy died, you know?
Well, wasn't it ever investigated?
No, I went down as an accidental death.
Well, the autopsy say was the cause of death.
Well, there was no autopsy.
Really?
Yeah. Peter, what about the Graber family?
Well, he's got a wife, now deceased. He's got 1 daughter. Oh, yeah, he's thinking about running for political office. Okay, Hunter. Who is she?
Her name is Sheila Weber. She's in investment banking. I met her a couple of years ago up in Santa Barbara, okay? Okay, now she's gonna come over here and say hello. I'll introduce you to her, but just relax, all right? Sheila, good to see you.
Good to see you, Rick.
You look terrific.
Thanks.
Say hello to a very good friend of mine, Peter Danson, Sheila Weber.
I didn't know Sergeant Hunter had such attractive friends.
Well, it's always a pleasure to meet a friend of Rick's.
I was just telling Peter what a good time I had at your wedding up in Santa Barbara a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Peter, good to see you. Hey. Really, take care. Good to see you. Take care. Bye.
So, do you like to sail?
The hospital record shows the boy had a healed rib fracture. That, combined with the blunt force trauma death, should have triggered an autopsy.
Mm-hmm. But why didn't it?
Pediatric autopsies are automatic today. It was a judgment call back then.
Think it'd be worth doing one now?
You're never going to get a judge to order an exhumation based on what you've got. Even if you did, 17 years in the ground is a long time.
This is Sam Wu, Albie's source. That burn on his cheek is the Y-Bun Dragon.
Albie's life is in danger.
All right, Malinsky, take it easy.
That's okay. Let her talk. Go ahead. I'm all ears.
If the warehouse deal was a setup to throw us off track, why kill Sam Wu? His death proves Albie was straight with us.
They used Albie to smoke out their own leak.
That's pure speculation. Albie's been a reliable source for too long. We owe him a break.
We don't owe him anything. Let me remind you, Officer Malinsky, the snitch made more than you did last year.
Oh, just a second. Now, that's not the point. The point is, how far is this department going to go to back up one of its police officers? Now, Lieutenant, we owe her the benefit of the doubt.
I will not condone duplicity and deception.
All right, hey, let's not get out of control here, Lieutenant. Now, what do you need, Malinsky?
We have to put Albie in a safe house now.
I don't want to set a new precedent every time a snitch has a problem.
Policy's not your area, Lieutenant. Malinsky, I will look into the safe house angle. Meeting adjourned. So, what do you think?
I think it's time for lunch.
I handpicked this place myself.
Yeah?
Like, oh, this is it. Very uptown.
Uptown, huh? Yeah. It's nice in my apartment.
I know.
Yeah. Tell Lieutenant Horton I said thanks. Thanks a million.
I will.
Listen, you want to come in, watch a little cable or something?
Do me a favor. Stay out of sight.
Yeah.
See you.
Okay. Thanks.
Duck. Duck.
Who are you?
I'm Sergeant Hunter, LAPD.
I'm Duck. What can I do for you?
Well, you seem to be a man who has his finger on the pulse of this community. Maybe you can help me out.
Always glad to help the police.
Good. You know, there's a rumor that a gang of Koreans are smuggling guns into Los Angeles and selling them to the gangs in East L.A.
What a shame. I hope the rumors are false.
Yeah, my theory is the Y-Bun wants the gangs to kill themselves off so they can move into their territory. What do you think about that?
Kim. Mapjanka. You're way ahead of me, Sergeant. I know nothing of gangs or guns.
Excuse me. Well, I just thought that maybe your friend Sam Wu might have told you about it.
Sam who?
No, not Sam Wu, Sam Wu. He's dead, you know.
Oh, how awful. Any idea who did it?
The people smuggling guns into Los Angeles.
That's all very disturbing. I wish I could help.
Well, maybe if you think of something, you might be able to kind enough to give me a call at that number right there.
I certainly will, Sergeant.
Mr. Duck, it's a pleasure.
That's Duck.
Duck. Sorry, thanks. Oh, you wouldn't happen to have a ring with the big dragon on it, would you?
Certainly not. Much too gaudy for me.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
need is a 24-hour, 3-car tag on the lead players.
Okay. It's gonna be a push.
I know, it's a push. Everything's a push in life. Okay, there's one.
I'll figure something out.
Wide bang. Oh, yeah, wide bang. Okay. That's it. That's the one you need. Thanks, Bruce.
Sergeant Hunter, I know it's late, but I had to know if you've come up with anything.
Oh, yeah, Miss Bryant, please, have a seat. I've just been swamped. Please, sit down. I'm up to my eyeballs in work here. Let's see now. Where was your file? Yeah, here it is. Okay, look, it is conceivable that Philip's injuries were brought on by a deliberate act, but with the weight of the evidence and Judge Graber's record and all.
Child abusers don't normally advertise themselves.
Listen, I do understand that. What I'm trying to tell you is, if there's nothing in the paperwork that indicates any suspicion at the time.
I know he was murdered. I mean, I sent my son away to be murdered. I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
What you're asking me to do takes manpower. I mean, I'm only one guy.
I don't have anyone else to turn to. You were the last person to hold my son alive. If you won't help me, you can go to hell.
¿Cómo está, Galvez?
How come I don't see no merchandise?
Metro Cops got everybody covered. Doug sent us to get the cash. We'll tell you where to find the guns.
I can buy no treasure map for $15,000.
You want to get busted?
When I get dead?
I hear the Soto Veteranos got a new stash of MAC-10s. You think you can take them with that pea shooter? Go to Casa Vieja restaurant on Beverly. Tell Mr. Juan you're there to pick up the tiles. Cops, Galvez. Stay here. They'll follow us. You want to pick up some heavy cash? Find us a rata named L.B. Wayne.
You're gonna pay through the narices.
I'm afraid I remember Philip Graber mostly because he died. And, of course, because he was Judge Graber's son.
Now, you remember Philip being a happy kid?
Yes, as far as I remember. But it was so long ago.
He had an older sister, didn't he?
Elisa. She was here for several years.
What can you tell me about her?
Lisa was a very bright child, one of those most likely to succeed types. But I lost track of her when she went off to prep school.
Was she a healthy kid?
Yes, as far as I remember.
You don't remember any signs of abuse at all?
Well, there were trips to the school nurse for scrapes and bruises, but that's not necessarily out of the ordinary.
So she could have acquired those scrapes and bruises on the playground somewhere?
Yes, of course.
I see. Now, how about her attendance?
Sergeant, that was 17 years ago.
You wouldn't by any chance be able to get those records for me, would you, and send them over to my office so I might have a look at them?
Of course. I'll send you copies.
Thank you.
Sergeant, are you trying to say that Elisa and Philip were victims of some kind of child abuse?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out, Miss Hanson.
Sergeant, you know, 20 years ago, the system placed the accuser at much greater risk. One couldn't afford to bring charges without evidence for fear of being sued.
Miss Hanson, if you were teaching school today and a child, any child, showed signs of physical abuse, you'd notify the authorities, wouldn't you?
Of course I would.
Got a good one now. You've got one more to go. See you later.
Judge Graber,
Yes.
I know what you did.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
You killed him, didn't you?
Young lady, who are you?
Karen Brandt. I'm Philip's real mother.
Well, I don't know who you are, and I'm not going to tolerate accusations like that from a stranger.
You're not going to get away with it. I'm going to do everything I can to make you pay for what you did.
Bailiff!
And I'm not going to stop until everyone knows
Take
you
your hands
murdered
off
my
me!
son.
Are you threatening me?
If you call the truth a threat, yes, I am.
Bailiff, this is ridiculous. Take this woman and place her in custody.
You can't shut me up like you did, Philip.
Hunter! Hold on a second. Devane just told me they're not going to put Albie in a safe house.
Well, you guys hide him out yourself then.
I put him in a hotel last night with my own money. I can't exactly do that forever.
Well, maybe if they catch Ton Duck in time, it'll take the heat off of Albie.
Come on, if it wasn't for Horton, Albie wouldn't even be in this jam.
Hey, wait a minute. Forget about Horton. You're a police officer. You want to make this thing work with Albie, you got to take care of it yourself, you understand? Now, look, I got to get across town yet one more time today. I'll see you later. Good luck. Alicia Graber?
That's me?
I'm Sergeant Hunter, Los Angeles Police Department. I was wondering if I might have a word with you.
I'm on my way to work. What's it about?
It won't take very long. Could I come in? Thank you. I'd like to talk to you about your brother, Elisa.
I don't have a brother.
You didn't have a brother named Philip?
He died when I was 12.
He fell down the stairs, right?
Yeah. What's this about?
Did you see it happen?
No, I was at school the day Philip died. Look, I'm going to be late for work.
I'm sorry, just a couple more questions.
I don't like these questions, Sergeant.
Elisa, it'll just take a moment. Thank you. Now, are you close with your father?
Sure, we see each other every so often. He's pretty busy. He's a judge, you know. What's that got to do with anything?
Now, you sure you weren't in the house the day your brother died?
I told you I was at school. Look, Sergeant, he was my little brother. It'd be pretty hard to forget how he died.
R20 Charles.
R20 Charles, go.
Sergeant, there's a message for you from Judge Graber's bailiff in Superior Court. Karen Brandt is in lockup for contempt. You were her first phone call.
Tell her I got the message. I'm on my way to the courthouse right now.
Sure thing, Sergeant.
That's the one you don't want to pay any attention to. All I had that in school. These pictures should be yellow. They're thrilled. I use those in law school. You want to use this one, okay?
Judge Graber? Excuse me, I'm Sergeant Hunter, LAPD Metro Division. Would it be okay to have a minute of your time?
1 second, sir. Are you all set, Tony, okay? All right. Good luck. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just trying to help the boy with his law school exams.
I understand.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to talk about Karen Brandt. I'd like to have her released.
That woman is a wacko.
Well, after all, she did come in with certain allegations.
Karen Brandt, Sergeant, has brought me a great deal of pain. Philip's death was a tremendous tragedy, and I believe that it ultimately killed my wife. There's no reason to reopen questions that should remain buried with my son.
Well, with all due respect, Your Honor, she is the boy's real mother.
Sergeant, I understand Karen Brandt's situation. She's a very misguided and confused woman.
I talked to your daughter.
Why would you talk to her?
Look, Your Honor, excuse me for barging in. If you just release Miss Brandt, I promise you'll never see either one of us again.
All right. Fine. That's a promise I expect you to keep.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Well, now you know what it's like to upset a judge.
Guess it proves to you I'm just a crazy woman after all.
No, it just shows me you're committed. Come on.
What now?
Miss Brandt, I've been thinking about this. I think it's time to look into this case a little bit deeper. Come on.
Es tiempo para diversión.
This is my investigation, Charlie. I'm the one that should be questioning Galvez.
Hunter, slow down. Galvez was picked up on a metro sweep. As a senior officer, Horton's got every right to interrogate him.
Horton is a jerk.
Yeah, but he's our jerk, and until he steps out of line or violates some regulations, we're stuck with him.
He's stepping on my case.
Look, we may not even be able to hold Galvez. He's not one of the shooters.
I know, but their homeboys are using Korean ammo.
I want to make you a deal, Galvez.
I don't make no deals with cops.
Well, you'll like this one. I got a way to get you out of here.
Malinsky, what are you doing out here?
Horton wants to interrogate Galvez alone. He won't let me in.
I'll talk to him.
Lieutenant, he's all yours, Sergeant Hunter. Have Malinsky taken back to lockup when you're finished.
Hey, Lieutenant, I want to talk to you a second.
Yes, sir.
You ever hear of Albie Wayne?
Yeah, I know Albie Wayne.
What do you know about him?
Some dudes are ready to pay a lot of money to find him.
Who? The Koreans?
Yeah, they want Albie real bad.
Same ones that took out Sam Wu.
How should I know? But from what I hear, Albie's as good as dead. That lieutenant's got no respect for women.
I want to know about the Korean gun runners.
Guns? I don't know nothing about guns.
Look, stupid, you're sitting on murder one. Start talking!
Hunter, the Vita Locos made us. We still got zip to connect the wipe under the action. Just when you think you know these guys backwards and forwards, they move sideways.
Look, all you can do is keep the pressure on him, Bruce, huh?
Sure thing, sir.
Good work, thanks.
Sergeant Hunter.
Yes, sir.
From Inga, the retired school teacher, said you were expecting this.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much. Karen? Yeah, it's Sergeant Hunter. Listen, I'm on my way over to your house now. I want you to meet me outside, okay? Yeah, I'll meet you out there in about 15 minutes. Thanks.
Galvez.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Hey, you're sitting on murder one, kid. And like I told you before we were interrupted, I can get you out of here. Officer Malinsky.
Lieutenant, I've been looking for you.
You know, I have been thinking about this Albie Wayne
Yes,
case.
so have I.
Yeah, well, I read your case, and the evidence is there. And I'd like to put him under 24-hour protection. I know I was a little overzealous in this case, and I apologize if I was disrespectful. So, do you know where Albie is right now?
Yeah, I've got him stashed in a hotel.
Well, come on, we'll get some extra manpower on him, and we'll watch him right there.
I already told you everything I know.
This will take just a second, honey.
What do you want to talk about?
You weren't at school the day Philip died. You were home, weren't you?
That's ridiculous.
You were home, Elisa. I've got the school records to prove that.
Well, it must have been a different day. You know, they made a lot of mistakes at that school.
Elisa, the fact is you missed an awful lot of school, didn't you?
I don't remember. Why are you staring at me?
Lisa, I need to know the truth about my son. What really happened to Philip?
I told you he fell.
No, your father pushed him, didn't he?
No.
And you saw what happened, didn't you? Elisa!
Please leave me alone.
This isn't just about Philip. It's about you too, isn't it? Elisa. You and I have both lived with something bad for a long time. I know this is hard, but we are so close to the truth now. Please, you must know you'll feel better if you tell me.
I saw him at the bottom of the stairs. He wouldn't stop crying. Daddy ran down the stairs. He was beating Philly with his fist. And he dropped him like a broken doll. Then he said he'd kill me if I ever said anything. I never told anybody. Philly looked like you.
Who is it?
Malinsky.
Lindsay.
Well, fancy finding you here. These are your guys. Come on.
Right. So I see.
Hey, take good care of them, guys.
Hey, I owe you one.
And don't you forget it. See you later.
Hunter, something's up. The Koreans had a meet with Galvez. We don't know what went down, but they're on the move.
What do you mean? Galvez is in lockup.
Not anymore. He got kicked loose a couple hours ago.
Thanks, Bruce. R21 Charles. This is R20 Charles.
R21 Charles. What's up, Hunter?
Malinsky, where's Albie?
Horton put him under protection at his hotel. I left him about half an hour ago.
I want you to get back over there. It's a setup. I'm on my way.
Roger.
right, boys. We got some action here.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Ambush team's ready. Brats are coming for the cheese.
What?
It's okay, pal. Go hide out in the kitchen.
How'd they know I was here? You guys set me up?
It's a call 114 advice, yeah?
Horton! You lied to me. You set him up. You got him killed. You used him as bait.
You are way out of line, Malinska.
I'm
Shut
not
her
out
up.
of line.
Hunter.
You're out of line.
Come on. Lieutenant, I have a problem with the way they handle this case in my police office.
Well, you know something, Hunter? I don't give a damn about your opinion. And all of this goes on my report. Now, step aside.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't ever do that.
You put a civilian's life in jeopardy.
I shouldn't have to remind you that police officers died by the guns that I confiscated.
No, you needn't remind me, you pompous jackass. And let me tell you something. Cops are paid to risk their lives. Albie Wayne was not.
I stand by my report.
Yeah, I've read your report. There'll be plenty of reports on this case, Lieutenant. We'll see which one flies. Now get the hell out of here.
The way things work around here, he's probably going to be chief someday.
Just calm down. The system has a way of cleaning its own laundry. It'll work with this guy.
Sergeant Hunter?
Your Honor.
I thought we had a deal.
Judge Graber have a warrant for your arrest.
What's the charge?
The charge is murder.
Get the hell out of my court.
Elisa?
R10 Charles to R20 Charles. Going 30, Hunter.
R20 Charles, R2, 3, and 4 entry team. Make it fast and clean. Everybody get ready and be careful. Here we go.
You move! Hunter?
Pop one.
Let me see that.
Walensky? What the hell is going on here? Now, the first rule of operations is be certain what you're looking for is where you hit. Now, I have devoted 3 months of planning, the resources of robbery, criminal conspiracy, and Metro to an operation doomed to failure because your intelligence was tainted.
Lieutenant Horton, my informant has never burned me.
Well, this switchblade knife is not my idea of a major weapons cache, Officer Malinsky. Now, what's the snitch's ID?
Albie Wayne.
Well, he wouldn't be the first snitch to double deal.
All we know is his information was bad. He could have been set up.
If Malinsky has faith in Albie Wayne, then so do I.
I want to talk to him.
Captain, I can't bring him in here.
Look, the Y-Bun gang fences assault weapons to the Latinos, and they're feeding us bogus information through this Albie. I want the snitch in my office, Malinsky, today.